Hey guys, it's been a long time, but I'm back, kind of. Been a really crappy year, so I decided to treat myself to some DNA testing. How exciting! What a treat. But it's a treat. I don't think I'm gonna be very surprised with the ancestry stuff. I mean, there might be a surprise, but just looking at me, I'm probably just all Asian. So far as I know, I don't think there's gonna. I mean, if there's a pleasant surprise, that I guess that might make the end of the year a little more interesting. I guess this is what it looks like. My dog ate my homework, and I guess mm, that's what that looks like. You get this. I already did mine. I accidentally don't make the same mistake that I did. I accidentally ordered two. Yeah, so I made the mistake of thinking that I needed to order both of these. It's annoying because it says ancestry plus traits and then health and ancestry. I didn't know what traits meant. This is basically ancestry. Ignore the trait service thing. And with this, you get the health. So, but I thought I needed both, so I got both, and they sent me two kits. Basically, I called them on the phone, and they refunded it, and I didn't need to return it because they canceled this barcode. Basically, what you do, I mean, I'm not gonna show you because I already did it, but you spit into this, spit all the way to here. I didn't realize that there was this cap thing here. I don't know if you can see it. It stops collecting water here, and I just kept spitting until like it maxed out because I was like, why isn't the water going down? But it just stops there. Like don't be stupid like me. And then basically there's this fluid, the solution that stabilizes your saliva, and you just cap it on, put it in the box, and you ship it. They pay for postage. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and nope, nope, I'm good. Drum roll. I'm probably all Asian. There's not gonna be a surprise. Here we go. Yeah, see, look at that. That's disgustingly pure. I don't I don't like. Oh, wait, what? New suggests ancestry is 99.5% Chinese with ties to two other populations. Uh-huh. That's so boring. I wish I wish I could have been a little more interesting. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, see, look at. Wait, what? What is this? Madagascar. What? You know what? You know what that is? It's probably just the Austronesians that traveled to Madagascar. And I'm aware that. So, Austronesians come from Taiwan, and they have also traveled to the Philippines, so that I understand. But other than that, from the expansive plains of Central Asia to the islands of eastern Indonesia, the people of China and Southeast Asia share genetic similarities dating back to the arrival of humans in the region over 40,000 years ago. Yeah, this makes sense. Highly likely match. China has 31 administrative, and we found the strongest evidence of it in the following 10 regions. That's interesting. So, Taiwanese people generally come from Fujian province right here. Oh, I like that how they do that. This is where a lot of Taiwanese people come from, and that's where quote unquote Taiwanese comes from. It's really just Taiwanese Hokkien, which is a language that comes from this province here. As you can see, it's very close, and they just boated their way here. It's interesting that that's number three. And is this in the right order? Oh my god. You saying I'm Cantonese? And Jiangsu is where my grandpa was born and raised. But that's number five. That's interesting. Okay, let's go to Taiwan. Sichuan. Interesting. What? That is so weird. That's so weird. And Hong Kong's like over there. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Taiwan. Yeah, Taipei makes sense. My grandma was born in Taipei, and my mom's side of the family was from the south, so that makes sense. All right, let's go back. What? Okay, so yeah, yeah, Filipino and Austronesian. Yeah, oh, curious about that. Your DNA suggests that 0.3 of your ancestors is Filipino and Austronesian. My aunt, who was a professor in Austronesian anthropology, might find this interesting. I mean, Taiwanese people are gonna have Austronesian DNA because Austronesian people are the native people of Taiwan. So, it's obvious that they would mix. Yeah, see, right here, they all might have come from somewhere else before Taiwan, but all these people that went to Indonesia, Madagascar, I guess parts of Hawaii, I knew New Zealand, for example, they all at one point came from Taiwan. Around 5,000 years ago, Austronesians began their millennia-long expansion into the Pacific from Taiwan, carrying their knowledge of farming and navigation more than halfway around the world, to the Philippines and Indonesia, all the way to Hawaii in the east, and Madagascar in the west. During this expansion, the Austronesians mixed with people they met along the way, including indigenous Filipinos, Papuans, and Southeast Asian mainlanders. Yeah, makes sense. Polynesian culture later emerged from Austronesian societies in Tonga and Samoa. Isn't the rock like Samoan or something? Spreading to the equatorial islands of the Central Pacific, including French Polynesia. As recently as 1,000 years ago, soon after, Polynesians quickly settled the far-flung lands of Hawaii, Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Rapa Nui, Easter Island. This late rapid settlement is thought to explain the remarkable similarities between cultures and languages of the remote Pacific. I think I can read about this a little later. But now, we joke about how all Asians are at least, or probably most of us, or yeah, you could say, most would be over 50%, right? Are descendants of Genghis Khan. What is North Asian? Oh. I wonder how Northern Asian ancestry reflects a history of rapid, widespread human migrations across the vast Central Asian plains and along the plateaus and waterways of Siberia. Kind of doubt my people made it to Siberia, but yeah, who knows? And Mongolia, of course. All right. Yep. Manchurian. Oh, wait. Oh. The Manchurian and Mongolian population includes ethno-linguistic minorities like the Daur people, who speak a language related to Mongolian, and the Oroken people, who speak a Tungusic language and live near the Amur River basin. These peoples reside at the juncture of the Central Asian plains, boreal forests, and the Gobi Desert. Linguistically distinct but genetically similar, Mongolian and Manchurian peoples practice shamanism and Tibetan Buddhism. Unlike your ancestry composition, identity isn't based on science. Of course, there are many ways you may choose to identify with your Manchurian and Mongolian ancestry, and this sampling of aesthetics, flavors, and traditions may inspire you. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I still think that my oh, what? Wait, what? What is this? East Asian, Indigenous American? Wait, what? I'm probably just the East Asian part. Oh, because Indigenous Americans come from East Asia, right? That's what that is. I wish they would write that though. Yep, this is me. This is pretty. See all tested populations. This is pretty boring. I'm not that racially interesting. Not that racially interesting. Alright, well, I guess we can do the health. Alright, it looks like I have to do some questions and stuff, so I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're gonna go over the health portion pretty quickly. I recorded it earlier, but I just took a long time and rambled a lot, so I'm just gonna do a more concise overview of it. So, but my traits, alright. I do not have back hair. If I do, they're probably like really fine and you can barely see them. I do not have a bald spot. That is correct. Dimples. Do these count? I don't think these count. They're not dimples. They're just creases. Cleft chin means you have that chin that sticks out or whatever, right? I do not have that. I have had dandruff if I don't shower for too long. Yeah. Detached earlobes. Yeah. Oh fuck. How do I show you guys this? Yeah, there. I think this is attached, right? Yeah. So I have a detached earlobe. Early hair loss, 68% chance you will not experience hair loss or thinning before age 40. So I still have. No, all my grandparents had a full head of hair when they died. So good to know. Sorry, everybody else. Chance you have dry, flaky earwax as opposed to wet, sticky earwax. I feel like we all prefer dry, flaky earwax as opposed to wet, sticky, right? I do have dark brown eyes. Is black not an option? Yeah, so I have dark brown eyes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, most of us have dark brown eyes. Finger length ratio. Chance your ring finger is longer than your index finger. Oh, wow, it's true. Oh, wow, it is true. Yeah. Is it true for both? Yeah, it is true. Wow. Yeah. There you go. Freckles, I don't have freckles. 70%, you have few, if any, freckles. I don't have freckles. I don't think this is right. 59% chance you do not experience hair photo bleaching, which I believe means your hair changes color when your hair is less likely to lighten with sun exposure. Yeah. So most people do not experience it. It's generally white people, right? If they, yeah. So basking in the warmth of a sunny day is one way to lighten your mood and your hair. Photo bleaching is what happens when hair color lightens after. Yeah, I don't have that. I am not white. Hair texture. Straight hair. Yeah, it's mostly straight. When it gets long, it starts to curve a little bit. I don't know why they said dark brown hair. I have black hair. What are you talking about? As opposed to 16% chance of black hair? Doesn't make sense to me. Chance you had little or no hair at birth. I could not tell you. I do not have red hair, although sometimes I do grow one red hair and I'll want to keep it. And then the other part of me wants to pull it out because OCD, but like every once in a while I'll have one red hair. And I'll have like one red hair out of my arm too. It's kind of weird, but I don't know what that means. I have like a one white ancestor from 20,000 years ago or something. I don't know. Were white people even a thing 20,000 years ago? I don't know. 48% chance of light beige skin. I guess that's correct. Moderately fair skin. Light brown skin. Yeah, I don't know. Stretch marks. I do not have stretch marks. I don't know. Toe length ratio. Chance you have a longer big toe. So they got this one wrong. My second toe is longer than my big toe. But, I mean, the percentages are pretty close. My left second toe is longer than my left big toe. On my right foot, my big toe and my second toe are slightly closer together. But anyway. I do not have a unibrow. Thank you very much. No, no, I do not. Go away. And Widow's Peak. I do not have that V. I don't think. Yeah, I do not have that. So yeah, that is a basic overview of, I mean, I guess I could go over this. Ice cream flavor preference. About 50-50 chance of preferring vanilla or chocolate. I can do all flavors, honestly. Sweet versus salty. I can like both, depending on what it is. I can't taste cilantro because I don't have a sense of smell. And I guess with this, they don't have enough information about people who can't smell genetically. And with COVID now, they're putting more money into this research, which is good. Maybe in 5 years, they'll change this or something. I don't know. Because they said that I should be able to smell this asparagus thing. After eating asparagus, some people notice an unfamiliar odor in their urine. Whether you can smell the asparagus aftermath is influenced by your DNA. So I don't know if that means that this scent exists in my urine. I just can't smell it because they don't assume that people can't smell, or if this genetic trait is about the ability to smell, and they're saying that everybody has this thing in our urine, but only certain people can smell it. I don't know which one they mean per se. Your genetics make you likely to be able to smell the asparagus urine. So I think it's the latter. I think they're saying that everybody after eating asparagus has this thing in our urine, but only some people are able to smell it. But I'm not sure if they have taken into consideration people who can't smell in general. So maybe they're saying that if I can smell, I will be able to smell the asparagus in my urine. I don't know if that means that if I recover my sense of smell one day, if I might be able to smell it. But yeah, all right. Weird and wonderful. Let's see what this is. All right. Ability to match musical pitch. More likely to be able to match a musical pitch. I have close to perfect pitch. Piano lessons and all that. Bunions, less likely than average to have a... I don't think I've had a bunion. Fear of heights? Less likely than average to be afraid of heights. Fear of public speaking, about 50-50 chance. It depends. Flat feet, I do not have... So far, they've gotten a couple things wrong. More likely than average to have flat feet. I don't have flat feet. Hair thickness, more likely to have thick hair. I have thick hair. I don't mind chewing sounds. This is true. Likely bitten more often than others. This is true. I don't get motion sickness. Photic sneeze reflex. I don't know what that means. I wake up around a little earlier than that. But let's see what this is. It could be a case of crossed wires in the brain. For some people, bright sunlight kicks off a round of sneezing. Oh, photic sneeze reflex. Bright sunlight. Oh, it says likely not. I was going to say I could kind of see that. But I don't know. Yeah. Before they get you to read these health results, they sort of get you to read these lessons on how to read these results. And I kind of skipped through them because I was too impatient and excited to read the results. But I think, so if I click on this celiac disease, I think they said that you have to have 2 variants combined to be able to be a serious, contestant, to be seriously more at risk. So it says you have a slightly increased risk of developing celiac disease based on your genetic result. But however, most people with this result, which they mean if they tell you you have a slightly increased risk, or if you only have 1 variant, the result do not develop celiac disease. Consider discussing your risk with a healthcare professional, especially if you have a family history or other risk factors. So, yeah, I've never been one of those people that are like, that ask for gluten-free food or whatever. But let's take a look at what these. Yeah, so you have one of the 2 genetic variants we tested. So I guess from your other parent, typical copy. So I guess I need 2 to be able to be a serious contestant for celiac disease. I actually don't know how serious celiac disease is. Let's Google that. Celiac disease. Damage or small intestine. People with celiac might experience symptoms like diarrhea, bloating, gas, anemia, and growth issues. Celiac can be triggered by a protein called gluten. Gluten is found in grains like wheat, barley, and rye. So I guess I should consider myself lucky there. Other than that, I got variant not detected. Good to know that I won't have Alzheimer's, I guess. Type 2 diabetes, typical likelihood. So Daniel and genetics are associated with a typical likelihood of developing type 2. Typical ranges so have a 19% chance. Based on data from 23andMe research participants, people of East Asian descendants with genetics like yours have an estimated 19% chance of developing type 2 diabetes at some point between the ages of your 26 and 80. Yeah, and they'll tell you basics about what that is. All right, carrier status. Very boring. I didn't detect any of the variants. I mean, that's a good thing, I guess. But it's all not detected. If you look on the right hand side, not detected, not detected, not detected. So I guess that's good. I mean, I don't think most of us would have heard of these. Oh, what? Maple syrup urine disease? But I'm Canadian. I should have that, right? No? All right. Wellness reports. All right. Alcohol flush reaction. I don't flush when I drink. If anything, if I overdrink, I turn a little more pale, I think. If I looked in the mirror correctly that one time. Caffeine consumption, likely to consume less. Yeah, I don't really consume that much caffeine. Deep sleep, less likely to be a deep sleeper. I don't know about that. Genetic weight, predisposed to weight about average. Lactose intolerance, likely intolerant. I can drink milk, I'm fine. I prefer not to. I don't think we should be supporting that industry, but even Chinese medicine doctors tell me to avoid milk. For me personally, I can tell you, they would have to explain themselves, but it's my body type or whatever. I don't know. Muscle composition, common in elite power athletes. So you're not likely to be an especially deep sleeper. Interesting. In the deepest part of the sleep cycle, your brain produces slow waves of electrical activity called delta waves. Deep sleepers have naturally stronger delta waves than lighter sleepers, which reflects increased sleep pressure. So is it a good thing? I feel like it's a bad thing that I don't have deep sleep, right? Don't you want deep sleep? So I have slower delta waves. Where are my alpha waves then? What does this mean? Well, anyway, genetic weight. Yeah, I'm a little below my weight. Your genes influence not just your weight, but also the impact of different healthy habits. Ooh, avoiding fast food. Limiting red meat. Wait, does this mean I'm bad at managing stress if I'm all the way down here? Well, I guess I could talk to them on the phone and ask them all these questions, but that would be a really bad day for the telemarketer or whatever they're called, customer service rep, to answer all these questions. Range of observance from lowest to highest genetic weight predisposition. It's so interesting how all the discussion around healthy weight is preventing being overweight. They don't really talk about people that are under the average weight. It's all about, if you limit red meat, you get to weigh less. If you avoid fast food, you get to weigh less. If you sleep a healthy amount, you get to weigh less. It's all about weighing less. Whereas I'm sort of below average and I need to weigh more, I think, right? It's all about, if you eat your vegetables, you get to weigh less. If you exercise more, you get to weigh less. Muscle composition. So apparently my genetic muscle composition is common in elite power athletes. That obviously means that I need to do something about it, not just, I'm not naturally, well, I guess in some ways I'm not, I guess you could call it naturally gifted, because you didn't earn it. You were gifted these natural genes, but you know, you have to use it to for it to mean anything. And oh, that's interesting. Wait. I prefer sprinting than distance running. Our muscles are made up of two main types of fibers called slow twitch and fast twitch. Fast twitch fibers allow rapid, forceful muscles. Yeah. So differences in the genetic marker used in this report may only explain about 2 to 3% of the difference in muscle performance between different people. In elite athletes who work intensely to reach the upper limits of their potential, that 2 to 3% may mean the difference between qualifying for the Olympics and missing the cut. But for the rest of us, the choices we make about how to train will far outweigh the contribution of our genetic result. Yeah, so it's all about what you do with it. Alrighty, well, that is the basics of the health. I didn't go too much into detail because that would be too long of a video. Funny story. I recently was on the phone with 2 geneticists because I want to try to get this not being able to smell thing sorted out as much as I can. And the nose specialist referred me to a geneticist to see if I have something called Kalman's disease, which I don't think I have, but people with Kalman's disease sometimes have a weaker ability to smell. So, you know, I was talking to some geneticist and I was like, oh, by the way, I recently bought 23andMe. And the guy I was on the phone with was like, yeah, no, that's he compared it with palmistry, and he basically really looks down on 23andMe and basically almost called it a pseudoscience and said that it's fine if you want to use it to learn about your ancestry, but the health stuff is a little less credible, I think. Like genetic traits, I think a lot of it was accurate. I think there was a couple things that weren't accurate. The health stuff, I think, yeah, the geneticist that I was on the phone with was basically saying that I think he was highlighting that 23andMe disclaims that you shouldn't use the results that they give you as health indicators, but yet that's what that's sort of the service that they're providing. I can't remember. Oh, I wish I recorded or wrote down what he said, because he was basically saying that they don't meet the standards of which actual geneticists work with. I think he might have mentioned the FDA or something like that. Oh, I really wish I wrote down what he said. He basically said, yeah, if you want to look at it for fun, it's fine. So that's what I'm doing. You know, it's I kind of wish that I had a little bit more interesting ancestry, but it is what it is. I mean, I kind of wonder what where my people came from before Asia, you know? Because we all come from Africa, right? And so, like, how did they go from Africa to Asia? I mean, I guess they just walked. Interesting. Anyway, I'll have fun with talking about this with my padre and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys found this interesting. If you have any questions about the process, let me know. I'll see what I can answer. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I hope 2022 bodes better than 2021. I hope it serves you better than it did 2021. All right, take care. Peace.